Now the Cavs have the opportunity to beat the Celtics and go to the finals.
Are the Cleveland Cavaliers the team to beat in the Eastern Conference?
Come on.
And I'm not speaking about regular season, I'm speaking of playoff basketball because they made a huge splash in the trade deadline. We're all calling for them to go for a wing, and they went for one of the best in the business. DeAndre Hunter from the Atlanta Hawks gave away Caris LeVert, gave away Georges Niang, and here are the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, welcome to another episode of the Puts Back Show. My name is Slimore, joined by Teddy. Another big one. The Cavaliers, who they've exceeded expectations this season. We knew they were going to be good. In fact, people had doubts because once they sacked their coach, bringing in a new coach, we didn't expect them to like catch fire this early, but they've caught fire throughout the whole of the season, and the fire has never been quenched. They are still at the top of the Eastern Conference. They are 5 games over the Boston Celtics, who have had a mixed bag of a season, but like Cleveland, where they are right now, it's going to be interesting. But that huge splash on the DeAndre Hunter tells us that Cleveland wants to be serious. They want to close that gap to Boston, and they get a serious wing player on that team that could really help them in the playoffs.
And I feel like after the loss against the Celtics, the last lose against the Celtics was just the boost and what they needed to push them to be like, okay, now we need another wing player. Niang has been very, very good on defense for them in the past. LeVert has been a very good sit man for them, giving them more points off the bench. But in recent times, after D Wade went down, they lost size, and then now bringing in someone like Hunter just boosts you with a lot of size, especially when Hunter is able to play the small ball 5. He's able to guard the best player on the other team. He can come with the bench players, and he has been amazing. I had reservations with Hunter and Okongwu last 2 years or years back, but then they've exceeded expectation, and I'm happy for him. He's been put into a team like the Cavs to be able to succeed. Now the Cavs have the opportunity to beat the Celtics and go to the finals. If only that will happen. If only they step up when the time is up.
I think the Hunter trade is a big one.
Very, very good trade.
In the sense that DeAndre Hunter, he'll fit really well because I checked the catch and shoot numbers. He's actually shooting around 40% from 3 on catch and shoot threes. When you join a team like this where they've got serious ball handlers who will be having the ball, you need to shoot. Like not off the dribble, but like catch and shoot threes have to be good. Like you're stuck in the corner, Mitchell is doing it, he drags attention, whips it up to you, you must make that shot. And usually in the playoffs, they can't make that shot. I'm not saying that Caris LeVert and Georges Niang couldn't make that shot, but it is an upgrade because now if you're playing Caris LeVert as the catch and shoot guy, or the guy who, when you skip the ball to you want to make that shot, fine. But on the defensive end, he becomes a liability. Georges Niang cannot move his feet. DeAndre Hunter takes you a step above that. Like offensively, he's not just a catch and shoot guy. He can actually create his own shot. He's doing pretty well. He was doing pretty well in the Atlanta Hawks. And now you bring him on this Cavs team that have already been impressive. They can just integrate him into the system and it'll be really, really good. This trade prepared them for the Boston Celtics. Like, who's going to... Every time we're facing like the Celtics, who's going to guard Tatum? Who's going to guard Brown? And I think the responsibility almost always fell on Mobley. And now he's got someone to actually partner him. They can even go with the lineup. The Mobley is playing the 5, true. Hunter is playing the 4. Yeah. They could actually do that and will work. And for Caris LeVert, for those who are complaining why they let Caris LeVert go, and maybe you've not been watching Cleveland games lately, because they've got an emerging star in the point guard coming, Ty Jerome, off the bench. he's very, very good, and that's why they didn't feel any pressure to let Caris LeVert go, and that is how come they've let him go that easily. But like DeAndre Hunter is a huge upgrade for them.
Very, and like just like the Ty Jerome situation, Ty Jerome has been very, very, very good, and most of their bench production has really boosted them this season a lot. And giving away a player like LeVert and having size, which is very important in the playoffs, because now you are secured when it comes to rebounds. The Hunter has been very good, like you said, shooting, and then now even in scoring, because there've been so many situations in Atlanta where he's been a guy coming off the bench and then saving them from maybe a 10-point down or 3-point deficit. Like, he's always been that go-to guy for them, and then having a killer like that is going to boost them. But for them to beat, like, the assurance that they are going to beat Celtics, I don't know. I actually don't see it. I don't see it, because it's always going to be the same trick, the same pony trick. Come here, Mobley. Come here, Mobley. Alan is down there. We'll feed. It's always going to be the same thing.
Like
so
the X factor is always going to be positive.
It's always
because he'll space the floor so well, and he's not just a fixed spacer. He actually spaces the floor, and when they kick it out to him, he will knock that down. So now Jared Allen is afraid to pull him out of the paint, and it's wide open. Tatum and Brown can go to work. Derek White can go to work. That is still the formula, but at least they close that gap. And
true.
we know when gaps are close, anything can happen. So right now, for the Cleveland Cavaliers, anything can happen. Anybody that they face in the East, I think they'll be confident of themselves. And hopefully, Mitchell gets out of this slump. And Garland is actually playing out of his mind right now. If they can keep that going, I really want to watch the Eastern Conference playoffs. And when that time comes, the Putback Show should be the #1 channel for you. That's how we'll wrap it up with this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Another impressive one. Do the Cavs become the #1 team in the East when it comes to the playoffs? Let me know what you think in the comment section.